I kind of feel that this second session was about collaboration with tools in a way, even if we discussed like traditional practices and methods, and then you had these the latest AI tools, but it seemed like this was about engaging with the tools and the process. So maybe the collaborators were these tools. But hey, I'm sure that there will be some questions from the audience. I will give you the first option here. No? Okay.
I have.
Yes, yes.
I wanted to know from Kristina, is we got those Photoshop files and this industrial machine. Can you use the Photoshop files with those industrial machines also? How do you convert the weaving file from TC2 to this industrial jacquard?
Well, no matter if I'm working on my TC2 or industrial machine, the weaving file always has to end up like 1 and 0. So it's the same approach and the same process both ways. But it's long. Actually, what I do is in a way programming, just in visual way, separating every image in layers and working on bindings and experimenting with threads. But it's the file that you give either to the manual digital loom or the machine is always 1 and 0 system, one empty square and one filled square in this very abstract pattern. But the difference is that mostly when I work with TC2s, maybe I'm using more Photoshop, and when I work on the industrial industrial loom, I work with net graphics software, but you can use both on both ways in a way. So.
Anything? Yes?
I want to ask how you are feeling as a human toward working with this AI. Do you think it will be collapse of our brains or no? You how does that feel human thinking feel when it's transforming it into something?
I think it's like an animal.
No, I think it's a big topic that could be the whole conference about only the topic of it. It's so many aspects to look at it. As I see it, it's just another powerful tool, and I feel either you can get afraid of it and you can deny, and some people take a side in a way already, and I think it will be like this, divided very much, but I feel that it's just another powerful tool that you have to understand and to know how to work with it. And I know there are researches made already that it can kill our brains if we are not use it consciously. So, I mean, shortly I can say, if you use it as a consumer because it makes things easier, I think it's not so good way to go. But if you use it as a partner that pushes things further, because it's something in it has all the information of all of us into it, and then it can spit out some crazy ideas that you never thought about, and it can push your creativity and way of thinking. But as a tool, I'm happy I'm a weaver, because I think it will take very long time until any AI would be able to weave, because you have to touch, you have to feel, you have to see. It's so many things connected, and I have been playing around also and asking about the bindings, and from time to time, and it gets updated, and I ask, like, can you make a satin shading, satin 1 to 5, and it comes with nonsense, and I say, it's not right, and it says, I'm sorry, and comes with new example that is total nonsense.
But I can't answer, because the weavers, they are not getting it, because they are starting to learn from the books.
Yes, it's
and we are
too
not
complex.
giving AI, that's why we hate scam information. That you start to put it.
Well, yeah, that exactly. In a way, I kind of find that probably the weaver's been so engaged with weaving that the AI tools lacking information on. And in the beginning, it was really interesting. I was asking for woven surface, and it came with knitted or embroidery. Couldn't see the difference between textile techniques. So I made the conclusion that it's really little information out there. And now it can be for bad and for worse, actually. It depends. But we have to be very conscious about, yes, how we use it, I think.
Yeah, I agree with a lot what you said, and I think it's kind of a tool, and you have to know or kind of think about how you use it. But there is still so much, like even though we are kind of trying to get something that we could already quite in a way straight use in the machine, there's still so many decisions that a designer has to do that the AI can't do, like with the yarn qualities and with the different structures that you use and all this. So I think I just see it's kind of something that, as Kristina said, like something that can help you to kind of realize maybe some new things or push some things forward. And I don't think it's, at least at this stage, like I don't see that it's kind of taking over in a way. But of course you have to think about how you use it and for what. I see it as a possibility at the moment.
Yeah, in your cases, AI didn't seem to make things easier. It seemed very laborious and needed a lot of decision making and kind of correcting, and it really seemed to have an agency of its own in the co-creation. How about with sheep and wool? I suppose that, I mean,
I'm looking forward to the day when AI can do the farming.
Not the farming, not with the AI, but the material itself. I mean, working with sheep, it has to be, they're stubborn too. They kind of, this material has and tools have agency too okay. I'm kind of, that it's...
explain more.
No, but I mean that these new, innovative, high-end AI tools need. They push back and they don't make things easier, and you have to work with them. So I believe wool also is a.
Yes. In that terms, it's exactly the same. But first of all, we've been farming sheep since 2007. We haven't had not one single year where everything goes smoothly or exactly the same as another year. So you have to adapt all the time, and you have to fight. And yes, in that case, it is the same.
Leaves its own mark in the process. Now I have to. I'm sorry to say that we are 1 minute over already, and I promise to keep time. So I will quickly thank our lovely speakers today for the very interesting talks, and our lovely audience for being here. And I wish everybody a wonderful and inspirational rest of the Textile Week. Thank you.